Hi, welcome back to the Dearborn Area Chamber of Commerce podcast. ChamberCast presented by Jalal Abdallah Law. I'm very thankful for him. Thank you, Jalal. I'm your host, Kelli Vandenbosch, the president of the Dearborn Area Chamber of Commerce. And today we're talking about a couple topics that impact everybody. Taxes and Medicare, not the funnest conversation, but we are going to talk with someone that's going to make sense of it all. Today we're with Mohammed Chandoo with Liberty Tax right here in Dearborn, and he's here to break down these confusing topics. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for being here.
I appreciate it.
I was thinking, this is going to be an interesting conversation because there's nothing fun about taxes and Medicare. So we're going to make it as fun as we can.
Yes.
So we're going to start with a lot of buzz right now talking about the one big beautiful bill. Now, there's it's a sweeping tax reform, major changes for both individuals and businesses that are going to happen. So can you tell me, is it going to be a big beautiful bill or a big not so beautiful bill, and can you start and give us a quick overview of that bill?
So whenever there's a tax law change or whenever there's an introduction to something, there's always a buzz and there is always frustration.
Sure.
It's going to help out a lot of people, and some of them might not like it because it's not going to help them out. So it depends on their situation, where they are financially. If they're business owners, they might be able to, and there are certain ways they can maneuver it.
Okay.
So we'll have to look into aspects for that. Individual-wise, if they are always making under $500K, there will always be a room for them to benefit from these updates.
Okay, so that's very good. So how the changes will impact small businesses. So you're saying compared to larger businesses. So you're saying that the smaller businesses making less than $500,000 a year, is that what you said?
Or even individuals who are making less than $500,000.
Well, there we go.
Yep.
So so it could be a big, beautiful bill for them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And this is only for between 2025 and 2028.
Okay.
So one big beautiful bill will expire in 2028.
Okay. After he's gone, right? Trump.
Yep. Trump.
Because
Yep. It is Trump administration one big beautiful bill, and it was passed in July of 2025.
Okay.
So this is going to make a huge impact because of the inflation too. So it will help out Americans when filing taxes.
So that's good. So we should be happy in April of 2026, maybe.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Fingers crossed.
Yep.
So for individuals, what are some of the most significant deductions or credits that may be affected?
With individuals, let's start with the standard deduction.
Okay.
The standard deduction is going up. It used to be for like a single person used to be $14,900. It's going to go to $15,700.
Okay.
Married filing jointly can go up to $31,500. So they're going to benefit on that standard deduction.
Okay, because I need that.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, if you are not using standard deduction, you can itemize your deduction, and you can go up to $40,000.
Oh my!
When you're itemizing,
okay.
If your adjusted gross income is under $500,000,
okay,
and if you're single, under $250,000.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is, have you had to do a lot of studying and work on this, and
we constantly communicate with the IRS.
Okay.
And they post new updates every time.
Okay.
So whenever they post an update, we take it in. Mm-hmm. We make sure we have it ready for tax planning.
Okay.
Q4 is always the good time to tax plan for the tax season.
So that's right now. So
yes.
you need to call Mohammed.
Yes.
And start your tax planning. Because there's a lot going on.
A lot of it going on.
A lot going on.
Yes.
Okay, so what steps should small business owners take now to prepare for filing? Get a hold of you?
Yes.
Okay. And
let's make schedule an appointment. Mm-hmm. We look at your finances and look at what opportunities are there that we can include before December 31st so that we can get those credits while we're filing taxes.
I love that. So you're looking ahead for them.
Yes.
You're taking care of them this year for the taxes.
Yeah,
Okay,
quarter four is usually gives you an idea because now you've already done 3/4 of your business. So the last quarter always gives you that little bit of room to see where you can navigate things that were missed.
Right,
Yep.
right, and get those on the books or
Yes.
get those.
Yes.
Yeah. So same with individuals. My next question was, what should individuals and families be doing now then to prepare? Same thing, probably, right?
If you're a W-2 employee, not as much. But if
Okay.
you are a waiter, for example, and you're going to get tips, you want to make sure you go back to January 1st
Okay.
and make sure you make a list of all the tips that you received.
Okay, because wasn't there a new we signed up a law there's no tax on
There's
tips.
no tax on tips.
But you're still keeping track of your tips.
Yes.
Correct. Okay.
Because the IRS hasn't updated the W-2 form for 2025. They're going to do that for 2026. So for the year of 2025, the individual or the business owner who is hiring people who's going to receive tips should be able to have a log or a write down of how much they've received in tips.
Okay. Now, it's so I want to confirm it is a federal law and a state law, correct?
Correct.
The no tax on tips.
Yes.
Okay, and that is for this year.
So
or no?
federal confirmed, different states are working differently.
Okay.
So we'll have to maneuver when the client comes to me and we have to look at what state. If they're residents of two
Okay.
different states, then we'll have to look at that situation.
There you go. Because
Yep.
Ohio might not they still have tax on
They
tips,
might,
right?
yes.
Okay.
Ohio has a lot of taxes, so that's why I say different depending on
Okay.
the state. So if you're living in Toledo and you have a second home, or you're working in
Yeah.
Michigan, then we'll have to see what benefits you
Wow,
best.
I didn't even think about that.
Yes.
I didn't even think. My son lives in Ohio,
Okay.
so sorry, Hunter. I guess you're getting taxed. But that's good to know.
Yes.
Okay, so what are some common mistakes that you're already seeing people make as they try to adjust to these new changes?
Not being aware of it.
Okay.
Not knowing what your situation is to be able to include all of it into your
Okay.
tax returns. By then you come to me after January 1st, then it's a little bit too late to be able to make that change or to add if we needed to add.
Okay, because you've already missed that. You've missed the deadline.
Deadline.
You missed again. Quarter
Yes.
4 is for planning,
Yes.
right? It's for planning and making sure you hit all of
Hit all.
those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, there are two things that went away that people might not be aware was is the electric vehicle credits.
Oh my.
That ended September 30th.
Okay.
So if you purchased an electric vehicle before September 30th, you can deduct that, get those credits.
Okay, but after.
But
It's a
after that,
no.
you won't be able to get those credits.
Were those good credits?
Yeah, if you
Okay.
bought an electric vehicle, let's say for example Tesla, and you purchased a new one, you could get up to 7,000 in credits.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh gosh, I hope people. So listen, because if you're buying one now, you're not going to get
You're
those
not gonna-
credits.
yes.
Okay.
But what you can do is if you are a homeowner and if you want to update your windows or your energy saving
Sure.
HVAC system, then do it before December 31st because that's also going away.
That is interesting.
Yes, because those
Okay.
credits will be gone.
And
December.
those are good credits.
Those are good credits because if you're doing a major, let's say, window replacement.
Yeah, I mean they're so expensive.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
It could be a fortune for depending on how many windows you have
Right.
in your house.
Right,
So,
right.
Yep. Windows, doors. So that will all be going away December 31st.
Okay, so make sure you do it in 2025, not 2026.
Yes. Not 2026.
Don't do it because you're not going to get any help. So we had talked about, no tax on tips.
Yes.
But let's talk about, we're a chamber and we want our business owners to do well and to take care of their employees, or to help them with, if they have any questions. But what can those small business owners that have those, employees that do get tax or tips,
Yes.
how can they help them?
So first is if the business owner is keeping record of their tips, then he should be able to provide a log or whatever, how much they received. Or if not, then the person or the worker or employee themselves can keep a track of their tips.
Okay,
And also overtime.
there we go.
Overtime
Okay.
is not going to be taxed between 2025 and 2028.
That's
so
okay. Thank you, Trump. I mean,
Yep.
and even if you hate him,
Yes.
that's pretty good, though, right?
Yep.
That's not going to be taxed. That
Taxed.
overtime.
Yep.
Okay.
But there's a limit.
Okay.
There's always a limit.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
if you're single, it's $12,500, and if you're married filing jointly, it's $25,000. So if your overtime is between $12,500 and $25,000, if you're single and married filing jointly, those will not be taxed.
Okay.
So that's money that is earned, and it won't be taxed.
That's
Yep.
fantastic.
So that is good both ways, for an employee and for the business owner.
Absolutely, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, so our small businesses who have those employees need to. Hopefully they know that this is happening, but
yep.
or they're watching us
Yes.
today. And
One thing we just have to clarify, and I'm still waiting on the clarification, is that if this overtime money and tips money will still be Social Security and Medicare deducted. So
Okay.
federal, there won't be any taxes,
Right.
but we still have to look at that.
the state.
The state depends on what state you're filing.
Right, exactly.
And then Social Security and Medicare,
Okay.
we're still waiting. They might include that from those.
Okay.
So,
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay, and you're on that.
Yes.
Okay.
So as soon as I get the update, yes, they're doing it, then we will do a calculation. So for example, if a small business owner comes to me and we have to issue W-2 for their employees,
Right.
we will do it accordingly
Okay.
once the update has been finalized.
So you take care of small businesses too.
I do.
Okay,
Yes,
that's great.
I have individual clientele, and I have small businesses in the area that I take care for their taxes.
And you're still accepting clients.
I am accepting your clients.
All right. Awesome. Because
Yep.
people, now's the time to get on his books.
Yes.
Because I think it's going to get super, super busy.
And one thing I recommend is, if you like your accountant and if you have your tax expert who's doing the things for you, I always recommend the fourth quarter is the time to get second opinion.
Oh, that's
Yes.
smart. Okay.
So if you think, you're missing out on some things, let's schedule an appointment and we will look at your books, and then I can see if there's any gaps that I can recommend that you can take back.
Oh, that's nice,
Yes.
Mohammed.
Yep.
That's good.
That would be, because sometimes I know people are not married to their accountants, but
Right.
if
Right.
you are, with them for so long and you feel like you're not getting the service that you actually need with all the changes that's
Sure.
happening, we can schedule an appointment. I can look and see if there's any gaps that you can take it back and they can include it.
Okay, I need to book a appointment with you. Definitely. Okay, so this is pretty much the last question, but do you think this bill, okay, will make tax filing simpler or more complicated?
Yes
in the
and
long
no.
in the long run, let's say.
So long run, we're looking at the timeline.
Sure.
2025 to 2028. It is going to make it more helpful
Okay.
if you reach out to an expert. If those people who are doing it on their own, using their own home software or
Sure.
online or using free platforms, I would recommend, if you're going to do that, at least get a consultation.
Okay.
Because you might not know what you're missing out.
That's what I would think. Like, have you checked this? Have you checked this? Have you
Yes.
checked this? Okay,
We have
so
a whole list of items that we question. And if it's
Wonderful.
not there, we recommend, okay, let's include that. Let's include that.
Okay.
Sometimes, life gets busy and you forget.
yeah, absolutely.
And you think you did not have it, but you already had it. So we just have to include that.
All right,
Yep.
awesome. Please.
One more item
Yes, sir.
that is going to help individuals
Yes.
is if they're leasing a car, they can deduct up to $10,000, but the car has to be purchased in 2025.
Okay, so if they purchased.
Leased.
Okay, so
Leased. If they-
in 2025.
Yes. Yep.
So what if because my lease is up in 2026, and then I'll lease again?
Well, because this one big beautiful bill is good for up to 2028. So
Yeah.
if you leased it in 2025, you're good for that term. So you can deduct it in your 2025 taxes. For 2026, will be included in your 2026. Up to 10,000 deduction on your lease.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
but I leased in 2024.
Okay, so
but next,
what
but
you,
when
in
I
2026 you
yeah.
will be able to get that.
Oh, that's
yes,
good.
because this is good for those years.
Wow.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Again, thank you, Trump, even if you hate him. Okay.
Yep. Senior benefit.
Yes. All right,
Okay.
go.
Seniors who are over 65
Okay.
are going to get an extra $6,000 deduction.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, so if you're a senior and if you haven't filed your taxes, if you're getting your pension and if you're getting your Social Security, there is a certain amount is not taxed. After that, it is taxed.
Okay.
So if it's way over it, you're getting that $6,000, so you might be able to save on it.
That is really good.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So that's all good stuff. I
That's
mean,
all
it
good
sounds
stuff.
like a beautiful bill.
It is a big
you know,
beautiful-
a
it
big
is a
beautiful.
big-
It does.
yeah.
It sounds very confusing,
Yes.
and that's why people are going to hire you because and
I
to
bet.
help with that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
so that's so thank you so much for making it. It does seem a bit easier now.
Yes.
I've taken in a little bit of that, but I
Yes.
will be calling you for an appointment.
Yes.
So
And
yeah,
if you had a baby born in
this is a big one.
2025,
This is a big one.
Trump is giving away up to $1,000
Okay.
free that you can utilize on your tax returns.
Wow.
And you can include up to $5,000 on a retirement plan for them, growth tax free.
That's so cool.
Yes. And the funny part is
Yeah.
they labeled the form 4547. He was the 45th president and he's the 47th
That
president.
is so that's so gosh, that's funny. So if you're pregnant right now and you're due like the
Before.
beginning of January, you want to have that baby in December.
In December.
Okay. So
Get it induced.
Yeah, absolutely. But will it be good for next year too? Or I mean, like
That one, I'm not sure.
okay,
I have
we'll
to
have to wait
relook
and see.
into that. Yes.
But it is good for 2020.
2025.
Okay, that's
Yes.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yep.
Okay, good
so
stuff.
if you're a baby born in 2025, when you get older, you want to
You're going
thank
to have,
Trump.
yeah, you are going to
Yes.
thank Trump. That's a nice start.
Yes.
That's a nice nest
Yep.
egg right there.
Now, I don't know, there was a buzz about City of Dearborn doing something similar.
I heard that too.
I don't know where they are in that phase.
And neither am I, but
Okay.
it's it was another $1,000, I think, per child, I want to say.
Yes, I was 5,000.
It was
if
5,000. That's
if
what
I
it was.
remember. Yes.
5,000 from
the
So
city,
we'll have
yeah.
to find out
Yeah.
about that.
Okay,
That
we'll
was
have to call the new mayor.
Wait, it's the same mayor.
It's the same mayor.
the same mayor. He won. He won. So we'll
Okay.
call
Well,
Mayor
yes,
Hamoud
Hamoud,
and
yes.
ask him where we are in that.
Yes.
Very cool. Good
Yes.
times to have
Yep.
kids. I mean,
Yes.
good,
Oh,
it
yes.
is a good time to have
Yes.
kids.
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready to turn the conversation to Medicare? Or do you have more?
I have a little bit more.
Okay, go. Continue.
Childcare.
Yes, sir.
This year, childcare, they are increasing it. 50% of the expenses can be deducted.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is going to help if you are a working parent
Mm-hmm.
and you need childcare. Make sure that childcare provider is giving you all that information, their business name, their business registration. So this way you can include it in your tax returns.
Okay.
So they can utilize those credits.
That's great.
Yes.
Wow, that's a big one
That's a
too.
big one,
That
yes.
helps with working families.
Families, yes.
And childcare is so expensive. So
It adds up.
it sure
adds up.
does. It sure
Yep.
does.
Yep. Now, one thing I want to go back to
Yep.
is the itemized deduction.
Yes, sir.
During for those people who do have itemized deduction, and when we utilize that, they have increased the value to 40,000.
Okay.
That includes SALT, state and local taxes.
Wow. Okay.
That has always been there, so that would be just an information that you need to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you hear people talk about SALT. I'm like, SALT in taxes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
State and local taxes.
There it is.
Yes.
Okay,
so
now
we
you
have
know.
SALT. We don't have
Okay.
sugar, but we have SALT.
I love it. And now you know what that means.
Yes.
So, okay,
Yes.
very cool.
Yes. So that would be a big help
Yes, sir.
for individuals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
All right. Medicare? No. Keep
Small
going.
businesses.
Oh, okay,
Couple
go.
things
Yeah,
I want to
please.
add to small
Mohammed,
businesses.
please.
Just a quick small business.
Mm-hmm.
If you bought any machinery, any vehicles,
Okay.
this is the year you can do the Section 179 upfront full depreciation.
Okay.
So that is one big thing.
That's
so
a big thing.
Yeah, it is a
Vehicles
big one thing.
and machinery.
Vehicles, machinery,
Okay.
any equipments for the business.
Okay. I mean, and like we have lots of coffee shops, so all of that
All
kind
of
of
that
like
equipment,
the okay,
yes.
fantastic. Okay.
If it was purchased in 2025,
Right.
you can get that depreciation 100%.
Wow.
In
Okay.
2025.
Okay.
So that's one big thing.
Sure.
And they're giving the 20% on the qualified business income credit.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
All
so
right.
that is going to stay permanently.
That's great.
Yes. So if your business was at a loss, that 20% can carry over.
Okay.
Yes, those credits will remain. If you are a small business owner, certified, I mean, not certified, but registered as a sole member,
Yes.
as an S corporation or a partnership,
Okay.
you get that. And the form for that is Section 199A. So
Okay.
just for those people who want to research a little bit more on that,
Take a look at that. Look that up.
Look at that.
That's great.
Yep.
All right.
And then tips, if you are a restaurant owner, for your workers, make sure you are keeping a log for keep track only for 2025, because the W-2s have not been updated yet by the IRS.
Right,
So that would happen in 2026 once they have that. Because of the government shutdown, it has delayed a little bit of the
That's true. That's
processes.
true. But I would say, as a business owner, you should just be keeping track of that, don't you? I mean, you should be keeping track. But I mean,
it would be good record
good
keeping.
for you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because if a small business has good record keeping, it makes it easier at the end of the year, and especially when they want to apply for like R&D credits.
Of course,
Yeah.
right?
If you are a small business owner, if you're keeping good records, and let's say you want to get and research into a new product, if you're a restaurant, if you want to bring in a new item in your menu,
Right.
you can qualify for R&D credits. So
There.
if you're a business owner and you are looking into hiring someone to do some new items in your menu, if you're a restaurant, or if a product, or if it's a service, and you're hiring an engineer, let's look into that R&D credit, because that's something that was taken away and now they're bringing it back.
Okay. All right. Great.
We talked about overtime. We talked about tip deductions.
We
So
did.
those are all going to benefit both the employer and the employee.
Awesome.
And if they are purchasing that vehicle, they
Yes.
can do that.
That's great.
Yes.
That's good. I have that on my radar now. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Even the electric vehicle for the businesses,
Okay.
that also stopped September 30th. So
Okay.
if somebody needed that Cybertruck for their business, unfortunately,
You should have done it.
You'd have done it
Yeah.
before September 30th.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now, I mean, you can still get it, but you're not going to get all those credits
All
for
those
it.
credits,
So,
yes.
well, awesome.
Yes.
That was good.
Yes.
That was good stuff.
We are still in Q4.
Yeah.
This is the time. Mm-hmm. Call me. Let's schedule an appointment, and we can get you at least looked at where you are, what gaps are there, and we can fill those gaps for 2025. So it can
That's
be a
awesome.
benefit and win-win situation.
100%. 100%.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Medicare. So Medicare is the key, it's key for seniors, their families, caregivers, and there's a lot of changes with the ongoing changes with plans and plan options.
Yes.
So for listeners who may be new to Medicare, can you start just by explaining quickly what each part A, B, C, and D covers?
Yes.
Okay.
So when you qualify for Medicare, and that happens at 65.
Yes, sir.
Your Social Security income, you can collect a little bit early. If you're 62, you can start collecting.
Yes.
And if you want to wait, you wait until your retirement age, depending on the year you were born.
Yes, sir.
And accordingly, at 65, you can start your Medicare application.
Okay.
You have 3 months prior to your 65th birthday, the month of your 65th birthday, and 3 months after your 65th birthday to apply and get your Medicare card.
Okay.
When you receive your Medicare card, you will see on the card there's Part A and Part B.
Okay.
Part A is for hospitalization.
Okay.
So if you were to be hospitalized, Part A would cover that.
Got it.
Part A is only 80% covered
Okay.
by Center of Medicare Services, CMS.
Yes.
20% is your responsibility.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
As a person registered for Medicare, for Part A, 20% is your responsibility. 80% comes from the government,
Medicare.
Medicare.
Okay.
And then there is Part B.
Okay.
Part B is for doctor's appointment, labs, x-rays, all the diagnostic tests comes under Part B.
Okay.
Part B is full responsibility of the individual.
Oh.
Yes. So if you are turning 65 and you've already started collecting Social Security income, that Part B is going to be deducted. For 2025, it was 185. For 2026, it's going to be 206.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's, so they're holding on to that for B.
That's the payment for your Part B.
Got it. Okay.
Now, if you also qualify for LIS status, which is low income status, in the state that you're living, you can get Medicaid.
Yes.
And Medicaid can cover for your Part B.
So confusing.
Yes. So those are the two important parts.
Okay.
And then we'll jump to Part D, which is your prescription.
Got it.
Now, some people prefer that we will not get an insurance plan to supplement the 20% of Part A and the Part B, and that is considered straight Medicare. So you are on there. Whatever the cost will be, you will cover that.
Okay.
Part D is prescription.
Yes.
As soon as you start your Medicare, prescription is one thing that you want to get.
Yes, of course.
You could buy a prescription plan, or you could bundle it up, and that would be Part C, which could be Medicare Advantage plan or Medigap.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So Part C is a bundled up plan
Got it.
for Medicare Advantage plans.
Okay.
Going back to the prescription, if you do not sign up for the prescription while you started your Medicare, there is a penalty, and that penalty is for life.
Oh, geez.
Yes. So
They
if
stick
you
ya.
so if you are getting closer to your 65th birthday, let's sit down and let's talk about what you need to do and how we're going to plan it out.
Now let me ask you this. If you turn 65 and you're still working.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, if you're still working, the employer will request you to go get Part A.
Okay. The hospital.
And you can continue keeping your employer benefits.
Okay, so the insurance through your employer.
Through your employer. Until when you're ready to retire, then you can get Part B through Medicare.
So it doesn't matter if you're still working. Like, say you're going to work until you're 67. Let's say you're going to work until you're going to get that full Social Security. Okay.
Yes.
But you're still working full time somewhere. So you do have to file though for A.
Yes,
at 65.
At 65, yes.
Okay.
Some employer recommend that because then the insurance is subsidized because you already have Part A covered through Medicare.
Okay, gotcha. All right, interesting.
Yeah, so
because I have my honey is going to be 65 in a couple years and still be working. Yeah,
and if you continue to work,
Yeah.
so you have two options.
Yeah.
And sometimes I tell people, look at what your employer is offering you.
Sure.
What is the cost? How much is it costing you on your paycheck?
Right.
And if it's worth to get the Medicare, then I would recommend just get the Medicare and pay the $206 for Part B out of pocket.
Right.
If it's going to save you from your employer.
From the money that you're getting pulled out.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay. What are some of the most common misconceptions you hear from seniors about Medicare?
I don't like the Advantage plan. And,
okay. Should they? What is it that they don't like?
Because the Advantage plan is a bundled up plan.
Right.
And it covers so many things, and it doesn't cover so many things.
Okay.
So there are limitations to it.
Okay.
But the one big thing is I look at the Advantage plan as a pay-as-you-go plan.
Okay.
So there's no monthly premium that you're paying.
Right.
You can get an Advantage plan at $0.
Okay.
You're already paying for Part B.
Right. Okay.
So that has already been deducted if you're receiving Social Security, and if you're still working, and if you're receiving it, you're paying for it.
Okay.
So you're already paying for Part B. Why pay for something extra?
Right.
So then Advantage kicks in and says, okay, $0 monthly premium, but there is going to be co-pays for every visit.
For when you go.
Yes.
Okay.
So every visit you go, depending on what the visit is, there will be a co-pay charge for it.
Sure. And I mean, in most insurances right now, there's co-pays to go to a doctor.
Yes.
Right. So
health insurance is not free in our country.
No, it is not.
Not yet.
No, not yet. So yeah, you are. I mean, although maybe in New York at some point they're going to.
At some point, yes, with the new mayor.
Yeah, with the new mayor. But that is interesting. You know that that is what it's like. I mean, you don't just go to the doctor for nothing. You know, you're paying that yearly, and you're paying that every visit.
Yes.
So, Okay, so how can someone decide whether a Medicare Advantage plan or a Medigap plan is better? We didn't talk about Medigap,
Yes.
so explain.
Medigap is also a supplemental plan.
Okay.
It only covers the 20% of Part B,
Okay.
and it only covers you with the 20% of Part A and Part B.
Okay. All right.
And Medigap plan comes with a monthly premium, depending on the plan you pick.
Yes.
Now, this is only recommended if you are diagnosed with something
You
that
have
Advantage,
something.
yes, that the Advantage plan will
Okay.
not cover,
Okay.
then I recommend keep that. But that comes with a cost. Depending on the plan you pick, there's plan F, G, K, N.
Okay.
It ranges from 100 to 300 a month.
You really need to talk with somebody because you don't know if you have a condition that's going to need to that gap, right?
Yes.
So like diabetes or maybe you have a cancer diagnosis.
Yes.
So you're going to need to talk to someone that knows that
yep.
and knows what the best
Right.
plan is for you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And one misconception about the Medigap is that some people think that, I'll go with Medigap, and if I don't go, I cannot go to it. Now, there are timelines, and we'll talk about the timelines.
Okay.
And during that timelines, especially at the annual enrollment period, there is a time where we can make that change where you say you're giving away your Advantage plan, and we make an appeal, so trying to get you on the Medigap.
Okay, that's interesting. That's good.
Yep, that's a big misconception. Everybody tells me, if I go on Advantage now, I won't be able to go on Medigap. But there are certain available timelines, certain situations, and there's always an appeal format for anything.
So you can look into that if you need it.
Yes.
It's anytime, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what are some tips for comparing plans and ensuring coverage meets someone's specific health needs? So we kind of talked about that just now, just a titch.
Yes. If you are on Medicare already and you are looking to buy a new plan for January, this is the time, annual enrollment period.
Okay.
So one thing I would recommend, if you're 65 or if you're already on Medicare, we need to schedule an appointment. Bring me a list of all your doctors, your specialist, whoever your visits, and your list of prescription.
Okay.
We want to look at all of that and then pick an insurance plan that will fit those needs.
Okay.
You just don't want to say, I'm good with Humana, I'll take Humana.
Sure.
Or I want HAP, I can go with HAP.
Sure.
So we will look at what your needs are, and according to that needs, we will pick a plan that is going to give you the best coverage.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
Very good.
Yep.
So again, it's reaching out to Mohammed and discussing what is best for you.
Yes.
Because he knows what questions to answer and what you need to bring to
What you
him.
need. Yes.
Yep.
And with the timeline for the
please.
seniors is very important. When you turn 65, as we mentioned, we have that 3 months prior and 3 months after
Yes, sir.
to sign up, and that's called the initial enrollment period.
Okay.
Once that's gone and you missed out on it, we go into something called special election period. So if you didn't sign up for a prescription, you might get penalized for it.
All
But
right.
sometimes it helps, to speak to someone before that.
Yes.
The next timeline is the annual enrollment period,
Yes.
which is always October 15th through December 7th.
Okay, where we are right now.
Yes, we are in that timeline right now. This is the time if you have already been on Medicare and you want to change and you want to look at other options for other coverages, then we need to look into this timeline and see what we
Okay.
can sign you up for January 1st.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, once you have already signed up and you're like, okay, I don't know what I signed up for. I utilize my insurance, but it's not giving me the right coverage. Then we have the open enrollment period from January 1st to March 31st to make a change.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can make changes after that enrollment date.
Yes.
Okay,
so
good.
after the enrollment date, you get your insurance, you try to use it, and you don't like
And
it.
you're not happy.
We
Yeah.
have until March 31st under the open enrollment period to make a
Okay.
change.
Okay.
Once that deadline goes away, you are with that plan until there's a major, if you're moving states,
Sure.
moving addresses, moving
Okay.
counties, your situation changed
Sure.
and you got qualified for Medicaid, then we have that special election period to make that change.
Okay, very interesting. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes.
So you're not stuck. I mean, there's a way that
There
you
is
can
always-
you can kind of get a little
Yes.
at least through March.
Yes.
Right.
And that's one misconception I have for all my seniors there. Do not feel stuck.
Okay. That's good. Don't feel stuck. You can, if you talk to someone, communicate, right?
Yes.
Communicate.
Reach out.
Yeah.
We will be able to find or navigate a way.
Okay.
Yes.
I like
there was always some ways we can look into and say, hey, okay, this is my situation. There should be something that I can get help with.
Sure.
Yes.
And I just feel bad for seniors because they do, first of all, they don't like to ask for help, I don't think, a lot. And then, and it's very confusing. So they're just like, okay, just put it away, put it away, pretend like it's not there.
Yes.
So, and look at it with this nice guy.
Yes.
So you can talk to him about it. So that's great. So let's ask you this. How can adult children or caregivers support their loved ones through this decisions?
Yes.
So
this is huge
Yes.
because as the aging population grows up, and if you are stepping up as a sibling or as a child,
sure,
adult child,
Yep.
yes, to help with your parents, couple things that can be done. First, understand what their needs are,
Okay.
who their doctors are, their list of prescriptions.
Okay.
And
Yeah, have
one
that.
big thing is that you want to make sure you have that power of attorney.
That's huge.
That's huge.
That's
yes.
huge. You want to be able to have that. That's how you can
Yes.
help them when
Yep.
they're,
And that's not only for healthcare. It could be for everything because
Yes, sir.
they might have a trust you're not aware of.
Absolutely. You
Yes.
got to talk the talk. I know
Yes.
it's uncomfortable.
Yes.
But you should have that conversation with your
Yes.
with
Yes.
your parents.
And if you think this is the time to put stuff off their, put their assets in a
Sure.
trust, let's do it around this time. So
Okay.
if they can qualify for Medicaid, then they can.
There we go.
Because there could be some kind of situation somewhere that can be beneficial for them. So
Very good.
as an adult child, get involved. Get a power of attorney.
Yes, sir.
Get a list of all your doctors. Get familiar with what their situations are, because with dementia and Alzheimer's, it can go quick, and then
It can.
you are in limbo, and now those bills keep piling up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's sad. But
Yes.
I mean, it's life,
Yes.
right? It's
Yes.
life.
Yep.
So I just had, what's one piece of advice you'd share with all seniors? So all seniors, when it comes to managing their Medicare coverage confidently, probably to get in touch with you. Right?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
My information is right here.
Yep.
I am local in Dearborn.
He
my,
is.
Yes. My
Yes.
office is right on the corner of Michigan and Telegraph. It's the Liberty Tax Office, but we do help out seniors with Medicare.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
So Liberty Tech. So what is your phone number?
It is 248-270-8280.
Okay. And then you also have an email address probably that you...
Yes.
Okay.
Now, for seniors, I don't. If
No.
they're not familiar with email, just give me a call and we'll put you on schedule.
There we go.
Yes.
They like to talk.
Yes.
They like to talk on the phone.
Yes.
they don't email.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one thing I would recommend the seniors is let's get in a face-to-face meeting.
I love that.
Bring me your previous things that you have had so we can look at what we can do better for you. Because when you talk to an agent over the phone, you don't know who they are, what state they're calling from, and they don't have the best interest for you because they don't have all that information.
Of course.
They're just there telling you, okay, this is the best plan for 2026, not knowing
They don't know you.
your history.
They don't know you. And then you could also bring your adult children with you, right?
Yes.
Or caregivers or whoever's helping
I
you.
recommend,
Yeah.
yes, because then we can guide them, because I give them the full advice
I love
on
it.
how to protect their assets too and make
Yeah.
them financially feasible. So this way, if they need some kind of insurance, let's say funeral insurance.
There you go.
Yes,
Right?
then we can help you get that too at that time,
Okay.
because funeral expenses has gone up to like more than 20,000 now. So, having that little insurance can go a long way.
Can help with that because that's
Yes.
a huge that's a huge amount of money.
amount.
All right. Anything else on Medicare that you wanna hit there or touch on?
I recommend seniors a couple things.
Please.
Every time or every month, make sure your prescription list is up to date.
Okay.
Yep.
Good, because those amounts of what medication you're having changes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So every time there's a change, make sure you have an updated list.
Okay.
Because you never know, and have it available somewhere. Because if you don't have a power of attorney, a POA,
Yes.
or you don't have a caregiver,
Yes.
if you're on your own, you want to have that.
Absolutely.
Just if somebody is going to walk in and help you out,
Just keep it in the kitchen,
it's
right?
there
Yeah.
available. That's number one. Make sure your primary care information your physician's information is listed somewhere which is visible. So if in case something happens, somebody comes to you, it's right there on your fridge.
Awesome. That's great.
Listed over there, so that somebody can call them and say, hey, okay, this is your patient.
Right.
What's happening? Should we bring him in, or should we send him to ER?
Right.
Stuff like that.
Okay.
So that's number 2.
Yes.
Number 3 is during AEP.
Okay.
Always October 15th to December 7th, make an appointment with an advisor.
Let's go over it. Let's go over it. Yep.
Now, try to research about the advisor. If you're going with somebody who is captive, they will only show you one company that they are with. If you go with somebody like me, I'm independent, so I can show you 7 different plans.
Great.
So this way, we look at your interest instead of the company's interest.
That's important.
Yes.
That's important. Yeah.
Yes.
You're not just steering them in one direction. You're giving them a bunch of different options.
And the one big thing is if you're a senior, with the new law requirements about the inflation and the changes in the brackets of income, we need to look at if you qualify for LIS status with the state.
Oh, okay.
And if you do, then we can get you on Medicaid, and then you don't have to worry, because with Medicare and Medicaid, you can get a lot more.
I love it. Look at that. In what, a half hour? I think we just you made it simple. More simple. It's not simple, it's more simple.
Yes.
Well, I thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
You shared helpful and insightful tips on both topics.
Yes.
They can be tricky to navigate, right? They can be very tricky, but your guidance does make it so much easier. Yes. And I hope that, people watching feel that. Yes. So again, if you'd like to connect with Mohammed, let's share your contact information once again. So
yes, my office address is 23936 Michigan Avenue in Dearborn. Zip code is 48124. We are located right on the corner of Michigan Avenue and Telegraph.
Yep.
Phone number is also the best way to get hold of me. My cell phone is 248-270-8280. And if I don't answer, please leave a message so I can get back to you.
Always leave a message. Always.
Yes.
Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Dearborn Area Chamber of Commerce podcast, ChamberCast, on our YouTube channel. Again, thank you so much to Jalal Abdullah Law, presenting sponsor of this podcast. And you can see all of our conversations on YouTube. We hope to inform, inspire, and strengthen our community. Thank you so much for today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, my pleasure.